Forgotten department stores that are no longer around. Let's dive in. Do you remember the excitement of strolling through tall aisles, browsing holiday catalogs, or ordering ice cream from the cafe in the store? These department stores become a staple of shopping malls, as well as downtown areas. They were much more than stores that sold goods. They were our childhood, our favorite memories, and an experience we might never get again. In this video, we will take a trip down memory lane through the department stores that defined generations and see just what made them special. Make sure you stay till the end. You may remember some of your favorites. Woolworths, the five and dime dream. If the name Woolworths makes sense to you, then chances are five and dime prices defined your childhood. Opening in Utica, New York on February 22, 1879, Woolworths was an experience rather than merely a store. Do you need toys? Head to Woolworths. Books? Head to Woolworths. Clothes, food, sweets, kitchenware, or even personal care items? Head to Woolworths. The store had it all, and at rates that let shopping feel more like an adventure than a task. This was the place to be for every middle-class family. I mean, who could forget the smell of wooden counters, the squeaky flooring, and that heart-stopping moment when you came upon something completely different? For the kids, it wasn't just about the books or toys. No, it was about the animals. See, for most kids, Woolworths was where they got their first pet. It didn't matter if it was a goldfish, turtle, or even a parakeet. They had it all. For the adults, it was something else because every day was suddenly Black Friday. Did you come to buy soap? Well, that's 5 cents. Did you want a toy that was 10 cents? Sure. Over time, as the company modernized and expanded, it introduced higher-priced items. But by the late 1950s, some of the most expensive things in the store were power lawnmowers, which reasonably sold for about $137.50. Even their fine china, which is considered a luxury item for its quality, was, for the most part, very affordable. Sadly, in 1997, this dreamland disappeared. Why? Well, Walmart. Malls and growing expenses took center stage, and Woolworths simply couldn't keep up. But it lives on in the minds of many people today as the place to be and a wonderful way to spend your weekend. To be honest, though, would you trade Walmart for one more Woolworths trip? Tell us right in the comments. Sears. For anyone who remembers this place, the first thing that comes to mind is that this retailer was more than just a store. It was a way of life. Opened in 1893, Sears was a retailer like no other. And if you grew up during its prime, you most likely will remember looking through the legendary wishbook and making notes about the toys, clothing, and possibly even a whole house kit you had in mind. That catalog was more than just paper. It was a doorway to countless opportunities, allowing people all over America to shop. More than its catalog of life, Sears was known for its amazing brands, including Kenmore, Craftsman, and of course, Die Hard. People really trusted these brands, and to be honest, they never failed to deliver on their promise. It was to the extent that if your parents had bought a Kenmore washer, everyone knew it was going to work so well for so long that you were definitely going to inherit it. But that wasn't even the best part, because shopping was simple and relaxing. From the very moment you walked in the door, you were hit with the amazing aroma of fresh popcorn. The store went on for a long time with new aisles to check out. The seasonal displays were always something to see. It didn't matter if you were grocery shopping or buying things for a new house. It was always an adventure of unique experiences and discoveries. Believe it or not, Sears even made car maintenance enjoyable with its automotive centers. Just drop off your car, spend some time shopping, and leave with bags and a freshly serviced car. More than just a retailer, Sears influenced consumers' culture, created trends, and changed the meaning of convenience. For many, it wasn't a store. It was the store. Sadly, the company behind the store filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on October 15, 2018. And as of December 15, 2024, only 8 Sears stores remained operational in the United States, with an additional location in Puerto Rico. But what was your favorite thing about Sears? Leave a comment to share. British Home Stores. The British Home Stores, or as you might remember it, the BHS, was once a staple of the UK High Street. Established in 1928 by American businessmen who were inspired by Woolworths. Yes, those Woolworths. BHS quickly became an institution, focusing on low-cost clothing, furnishing for the home, and, believe it or not, even school uniforms. This store was the pillar of British stores, and families relied on it to supply decent quality for reasonable prices. But it wasn't just about the price, because this store quickly became a shopping destination for generations. Before shopping became a one-man experience, BHS stores were a space where people gathered around to shop. In fact, you were excited to shop because you were sure you would meet someone nice at the store. To make things even better, many of its stores had in-store cafeterias, which allowed shoppers the opportunity to take a break and share a cup of tea with friends. The welcoming atmosphere of BHS was everything, and enhanced by wide aisles, the neatly categorized departments, and just the beautiful familiarity of the experience. Sadly, after many years of financial trouble, BHS went out of business in 2016, closing all of its stores in the UK. For a while, the brand had a short-lived online presence but never regained its prominence. Nevertheless, to some, BHS is a fond memory of the golden age of British retail. But what about you? Did you ever visit a BHS store? Kmart. For most 1960s kids, there's no such thing as holiday shopping without Kmart. Once a retail giant, Kmart started as a basic 5-and-dime store opened by Sebastian S. Kursig in 1899. However, in 1962, Kmart opened its first store. The Kmart brand went on to become a retail empire with over 2,300 stores in the United States by the 1990s. And if you are wondering why, it was because they were just that good. Customers were drawn to Kmart for the best deals and enormous variety of products. At some point, Kmart became synonymous with American shopping, and nothing was more American than the iconic blue light specials. All it took was an announcement over the PA system and a blinking blue light, and like magic, customers darted to the cash registers to finalize limited-time surprise purchases. Shopping at Kmart became an event. It was a holiday. And speaking of holidays, everyone and their mothers were at Kmart getting Christmas gifts. Easter decorations, 4th of July supplies, you name it. To make things even more iconic, Kmart was part of countless neighborhoods, making it a familiar and comforting destination for generations. From clothes to Martha Stewart's home goods, Kmart had something for everyone. Unfortunately, it didn't have anything to keep itself afloat, and it ultimately fizzled out in competition with Walmart and Amazon. Years of declining profits resulted in store closures, and by October 2024, only some locations would be left, signaling the slow end of a long tradition. But what do you think? Holidays don't feel like holidays without Kmart, right? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgia. Montgomery Ward. Okay, now, sure, Kmart was amazing, but Montgomery Ward was the definition of iconic. In every way, Montgomery Ward was a pioneer in American retailing, and it all started in 1872 when Aaron Montgomery Ward revolutionized how Americans shopped with the first ever mail-order catalog. It was a single-page listing 163 different items, but it gave birth to one of the most iconic ways to shop ever. That catalog brought quality goods to rural America and was accompanied by his now famous Satisfaction Guaranteed or Your Money Back policy. Building on the success of their catalog, in 1926, Montgomery Ward opened their first retail store, and boy, did it change the game. By 1929, 3 years later, they had over 500 stores and became a household name. But their reach was not just limited to retailing because the store redefined Christmas. See, Montgomery Ward quite literally created Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a holiday promotion in 1939, and ever since, he has been Santa's favorite reindeer. So, in many ways, you owe your childhood to that corner store that sold almost everything you could imagine. And if that was not insane enough, they sold over 32,000 mail-order houses. Yes, you heard that right, houses. Montgomery changed the nature of neighborhoods across America, and everyone loved it. Sadly, even with all their success and influence, Montgomery Ward struggled to contend with increasing competition, and by 2001, they closed their doors for good. Luckily, however, you can still get a taste of the past because the Montgomery Ward name lives on, and since 2004, has been an online retailer maintaining a piece of retail history. But here's the important question. What made your childhood special? Kmart or Montgomery? Let us know in the comments section below. JCPenney. Although not talked about as much today, JCPenney wasn't just a store, it was a ritual, a family tradition woven into the fabric of American life. You can't imagine the excitement of flipping through its thick, glossy catalog, circling dream outfits, furniture, or that perfect holiday gift. This store felt like opening a window to endless possibilities. Walking into a JCPenney store was an experience. The scent of new clothes, the polished floors, the racks of neatly folded jeans, it all felt familiar and comforting. Then there was the back-to-school shopping. For any of this family, this event was all JCPenney was all about. It was a dream to be out on Saturday picking out sturdy backpacks and fresh sneakers. In their prime, this store turned holiday trips into a time for bundling up for the annual sales, hoping to snag the perfect gift at a bargain. For many, JCPenney was the backdrop to life's milestones. First suits for job interviews, prom dresses, and wedding registries. It was dependable, like an old friend always there when you needed it, until it wasn't. Like many brick-and-mortar retailers, JCPenney struggled in the digital age. It filed for bankruptcy in 2020, but emerged under new ownership, striving to modernize while staying true to its legacy. Be honest, do you think JCPenney can make a comeback? Why not let us know in the comments section and hit the like if you feel like the 70s were the best time to shop. Showing just how amazing the 70s were, these legendary stores were not simply places to shop. They were part of our lives, our childhoods, and our very fondest memories. Woolworth's 5 and dime magic, Sears' wishbook dreams, the welcoming charm of BHS, Kmart's Christmas rush, all define the way we shopped and lived. But now we want to hear from you. Were there any of these stores you missed more than others? Do you have a favorite memory, a special gift you received, a family shopping trip to one of these, or your very first job at one of these special retailers? Or did we outright just skip your favorite store? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember, if you like nostalgia just as much as we do, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more explorations into the past. Until then, keep the memories alive.